5.4. Given cos 2b equals 3 over 5 and b lies between 0 and 90 degrees, determine without using a calculator the value of each of the following in its simplest form. 5.4.3 cos b plus 45 degrees. To solve cos b plus 45 degrees, we are going to use the following formula. So cos b plus 45 degrees is equal to cos b times the cos of 45 degrees minus sine b times the sine of 45 degrees. Okay, it's clear here that we won't be able to do anything about cos b and sine b, but we can solve cos 45 degrees and sine 45 degrees using the special triangle below. Okay, so let's quickly look at our cos ratio. So cos would be the adjacent over the hypotenuse side, okay, and our sine ratio would be the opposite side over the hypotenuse side, okay. So let's quickly find these ratios. So cos 45, so if we look at this 45 degrees, the adjacent side would be 1, and the hypotenuse side would be the root of 2. Let's look at sine 45. So let's look at sine 45. The opposite side would be 1. And then our hypotenuse side would be the root of 2. Okay. So let's substitute these values into the formula. So we'll have cos b times 1 over root 2 minus sine b times 1 over the root of 2. In the previous question, we calculated the value of cos b and sine b. So cos b is 2 over the root of 5, and our sine b is 1 over the root of 5. Let's substitute these values into the formula. So in the place of cos b, I'll put in 2 over 5 times 1 over the root of 2. And then in the place of sine b, I'll put in 1 over the root of 5. That will be times with 1 over the root of 2. So let's look at the first two terms. Okay, so 2 times 1 will give me 2. Remember, when we multiply two square roots that are not the same, our answer will be in a square root, and then we will say 5 times 2. We will do the same for the last two terms. So the numerator will be 1 times 1, which is 1. And our denominators, we have 2 square roots. So that will be 5 times 2. The square root of 5 times 2 will just give me 10. And then the square root of 5 times 2 will give me 10. Okay, remember, the denominators are exactly the same. So I can write my answer as follows. And say the square root of 10 by the, and then by our numerator, we will just say 2 minus 1. 2 minus 1 will give me 1 over the root of 10. Remember, let's rationalize our denominator. So to rationalize the square root of 10, we'll just multiply with the square root of 10 over the square root of 10. Our numerator will therefore just be the square root of 10, okay? When we multiply two square roots that are exactly the same, the square roots will fall away, so my answer will just be 10.